Are you in Scottsdale, Phoenix metro area, and you have a vacation rental, not getting any bookings? Watch this video because I'm gonna take you on a deep dive of what I like to do, some of the resources I look at to help you guys optimize your listing to get better chances of getting booked. So let's jump into it. For those of you that might have just found this video or tuning in and are like, who the heck is this guy? My name is John Hildebrand. I am a vacation rental host specializing in the luxury market. I'm also an official Airbnb ambassador, so I get a lot of insights from them and I teach. I probably have helped over 1,500 new hosts join the platform and get them bookings really quickly. Pretty much in the 24 to 48 hours, we're getting bookings. Now, this video, I'm gonna talk about Scottsdale. This is my backyard and what we're doing to make changes. Scottsdale is one of the most saturated, most competitive markets I've seen, so you really have to stand out. So I'm kind of gonna jump on the computer, show you some stuff that I do. I like to use AirDNA. I look at other people's websites. I read podcasts. I read books. I listen to podcasts. I'm always educating myself, and hopefully a lot of tips that I'm doing will help you. If I have a listing not getting any bookings and I'm trying to rebuild it, get some new eyeballs on it, whatnot, here's a couple of the things that I look at right away. First, your photos. Photos, as we all know, is probably one of the most important things you have to do. Get professional photos already. Holy moly. Okay, so that's number one. That's easy. Everybody can do that. Then I dive into the design of the property, see how that's going. Depending on the area, since we're focusing on Scottsdale, I also will then dive into the amenities. I'll look at all the amenities the top properties have and all the amenities that I have or the client I'm looking at and see where we're missing and where we can fill the gaps. Then hospitality. How's your reviews? How's your customer service with the messaging back and forth? All that stuff. Then we jump into actually optimizing the listing, Airbnb, VRBO, but Airbnb is where I mostly spend my time on, optimizing that, title, description, all your settings clicked on and whatnot. And definitely don't set it and forget it. Don't just put a listing up there and expect nothing to change and get bookings. I go into my listing every single day. Once or twice a week is fine, but always adjusting pricing. I highly recommend a dynamic pricing, so it's always moving the pricing around. I use WheelHouse. They're amazing. I'll put the link below. But I also use Intelli Host. It gives me a ton of stats when I move photos around, when I move my title, what the competitors are doing. So definitely check out Intelli Host. I'll put the link below also. And then I work really close with my entire team. I work with Angel Host that helps me with my properties. We're always looking at data. So we take a deep dive into AirDNA, key data, price labs, WheelHouse. I mean, we use it all and we pull all the data to try to do as much research as we possibly can to make those adjustments. Let's go jump on the computer. I'll film on the computer my process so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking for, what are some of the red flags, etc. All right, so let's jump in on the computer. Like I said, data is the most important. Try to take your emotions out of it. Oh, but my place is so much better than this place and stuff. It might be, but if it's not getting booked, it's not getting booked. End of story, right? Let's jump in. I'm gonna show you guys what I like to do. Okay, in today's example, I'm gonna show you one of my listings. This is my Airbnb Plus listing. You can see 4.96, 127 reviews, pretty close to a 5-star. And I wasn't getting many bookings for a while. And I don't know why. I was a plus listing. My listing is optimized. I quote unquote know what I'm doing, right? But I wasn't getting bookings and I wasn't getting enough bookings. So this is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath. So as an example, let's say you have a place in Scottsdale and you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So then this is what I do. I go in here and I go to Airbnb. First, I always like to look, Airbnb, type in Scottsdale. Then you want to get on your filters, bedrooms, 3, bathrooms, minimum of 2, right? And it's a house. I have a pool and I have a hot tub. So I definitely want to just put at least those 2 in there. And then I like to see what pops up. So that's a little far away from my area. I try to get as close as I can to the map. So this map right here, you guys, is awesome. Definitely take a look at it. It will definitely help you with who your competitors are, what's around there. So this is a lot closer to my area. So then I look in the top ones. Which ones are in here and which photos are they using on the cover? Is everyone using a pool? So I kind of just do a quick glance at that. But then you want to do is go over to AirDNA. Go to AirDNA, type in Scottsdale. This is what I like to do. And I know there's a million ways you can do all this stuff. This is the way I like to do it, and it works. So it definitely helps me, right? So then AirDNA did a massive update, so definitely check that out. But there's a bunch of different markets in here, so let me see if I can find my zip code. I'm still kind of learning the new layout, so bear with me. Okay, so there's my zip code, 85254. This is where my 3-bedroom, 2-bath are. And granted, you guys too, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath are the most common, because it's a lot cheaper to buy, blah, 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 a million reasons, right? So if you look at just the map alone, look at all these rentals. This is insane. So first, let's filter it out. Entire place, that's all I want to see. I only want to see houses, and I want to filter it where it's only a 3-bedroom. I do 8 guests, which is pretty tight. So, and then bathrooms, 2, and I don't want to do any more than 2 bathrooms because I want to get as accurate as I can. Apply. This is my area code right here, but look at all these dots. Now, when I first started, I was like one of very few listings in this area. Now you can tell there is a lot. So not all of this data is correct or accurate or whatever, but it's a really good starting point, and then I can take a deeper dive. So this is my area that I'm working with. That's why you can see all these dots. This is insanely saturated market. So I like to always browse in here. What's the revenue looking like? What's the occupancy looking like? You can obviously see like internet's a huge thing. Air conditioning, it's Arizona. Kitchen, I have that. Parking, I got that. Washer, heater, I have that. Dryer, a pool, surprisingly is only 70%. Hot tub, 40%. Cable TV. I'd never recommend doing cable TV. It's a waste of money. And then what I like to do is, what can I expect throughout the market? In Scottsdale, the best time starts to be coming in January a little bit, but not so much. It's always February, March, April. May last year was pretty bad, but hopefully this year would be better. Summertime obviously gets really low. So these couple months, you really just got to plan for it, because these months right here are going to make you a ton of money to help carry over in the slower months. Make sense? So then there's a thing called active listings. So just in my area, just make sure I have the settings on. Entire home, house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So just in my area in Scottsdale, guys, there is 307 listings that have a 3-2. That's a lot of listings that you have to compete with. So why would someone book yours over a different place, right? So these are the top ones. These are the ones that are pulling up on the first page. So definitely always dive into this and figure out what is going on. Very cool. There is my space right there. And I'm not signed into my account, so mine pops up on the first page. So then let's just take a look at a couple of these, right? So let's click on them, make sure the data is correct. Look at the listing. Does this place compare to mine? If you click this little Airbnb logo, it will take you to the actual Airbnb listing, which is super helpful. So 297 reviews, that's what I'm going up against. I have 127. This is a perfect 5-star almost, so kudos to this person, because we all know that is not easy anymore. And then I like to look at the listing. Okay, I feel like my photos are better than these. The backyard is super cool. I don't see a hot tub, so I definitely have a hot tub. Oh, I do see a hot tub. Okay. And in Scottsdale, you guys, you must have a heated pool. Pretty much mandatory. If you have a pool that's not heated, it's pretty much no point of having a pool. And then a heated hot tub. They have a couple things I don't have. The design is nothing special. It's nice. It's clean. They have a ton of amenities in the backyard. Yeah. So, you know, and then what I do is like look at their calendar. They seem to be booked. They could have some long terms in here, or they just booked. So that's one way I kind of like look. This is my competitor. Okay, what do I need to change? And I kind of just go through this process a little bit, right? I go through, I see what, some listings that might be compared to mine. 7 guests. Let's check out this one. I won't bore you guys by going to too many of these. Okay, then we pull up this listing. Again, 178 reviews, 4.8, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So basically comparable. Look at this. Looks like they're getting pretty good bookings, or they're blocked out. So this one might not be an active listing anymore. There's a lot of blocked out dates. Design, it's okay. It's not like anything over, it's a lot of clutter. A lot of stuff going on here, right? So that's kind of what I do. Also, I want to keep in mind that there is a lot of really bad listing, and that's what kind of just clogs up the good listings as well. Because if you're a brand new listing, the platform tries to promote you so you get bookings and whatnot. So like reviews, customer service, all that stuff is really going to help you out. So let's go back and dive into my listing and kind of show you what I did. So this is my listing. Again, give you guys an example. It wasn't really booking. It was kind of quiet. At that point, I had 100 reviews or something like that. So I went in, I painted this back wall right here blue. I know it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but it makes a huge deal in the photos. I replaced some of the photo pillows just to make it a little brighter. I went in and redid all of my captions. I bought 6 new lounge chairs. These ones are 8. These lounge chairs, an umbrella. I did new photos. I put a bunch of new string lights in here, which you can see. This room was already kind of painted that color, but it kind of stands out. But I went ahead. I put in this map. I built the map with my designer on Fiverr. We added a shuffleboard, which I thought was really cool. We added a bunch of art on here just to kind of get it a little bit of new life. Try to get it back up into the top of the algorithm. Like I said, these little things made a huge difference for me. There's another bedroom. So this bedroom right here, we went ahead and painted this back wall kind of like a brownish gold color. So it just kind of pops out. People know it's a different bedroom, right? Added some more amenities because in the backyard of Scottsdale, amenities are everything. So it's not like a hardcore formula video. I'm just kind of like going through it, right? So then I went in and I changed my title. Now we're getting into winter, colder season. Heated pool is going to be extremely important. So I put heated pool first. I put spa, shuffleboard, Sonos, barbecue, and it's a plus listing. So hopefully that will help, right? Then, what I did is re-optimize my listing. Don't just set it and forget it and hope to God it get booking. So I went ahead and redid this writing. I went ahead and added a guest review right away. I personally love building out quick bulletin points like this. This kind of highlights some of the top features in the place. Again, I added another guest review, broke out my listing like this. This is the way I personally like it. Don't forget, if you're in Arizona, you got to have your TPT number on there and then all your house rules and whatnot. Okay, then what I like to do also, this is really rough. This is kind of a newer thing I've been doing. I've been working with my friend John. He's called the Airbnb guy. This guy is a total data whiz when it comes to analyzing properties. He helped me put together this profit map, which pay attention soon because I will be talking about this a lot. But this is a profit map of 85254, and it pulls in all the top listings. And these are actual listings and data with the reviews. These are the same bed count and zip code as mine. So 3 bedrooms, occupancy like 100. So this one could be bad data. Let's check it out. It tells me the average rate, some of the amenities that I need to compete with. So these are the top properties. My goal is always to be in the top 80%. So I'm not going to click on this one because this seems a little far-fetched, but this one right here. So 119 a year. I think I probably did that year 2 when it was really good, like during COVID and stuff. So then what I do after I get my profit map, I pull up this listing. Personally, I think my photos are better. I think the design is better. I go in here and I look. Some people like this design better. I think in Arizona, brighter colors work better. Photos are everything. I'm not a fan of keeping the lights on in the bedrooms and getting things like that. I like all natural light and whatnot. But it's okay. Backyard. Yeah, so it gives you an idea.
I kind of just go in. Again, I start looking at the calendar. Are they getting booked? Are they not getting booked? Sometimes I like to click on the calendar. Okay, they're charging cleaning $160, $350 a night, weekly discounts. Okay, cool. And you guys, I just keep doing this. I just nerd out on it. I go to the next listing. 234 reviews. Kudos to this person. They're absolutely crushing it. I love the title. Great photos. So this one makes sense to me why they're probably booking. I think their photos can still be better, but it's great. And if they're getting booking, who cares? Right? So I go in here and I look. Okay, I don't have double bunk beds, so that's out for me. Okay, a fire pit. Okay, I don't have a fire pit. So this is one thing that I will mark down. I'll put a note. I don't have a fire pit. Maybe it's time for me to invest in some kind of fire pit in the backyard. Now it's becoming winter. It's probably not a bad idea. Right? String lights, all these other things I have. A pool. I'm sure it's a heated pool for them as well. I do see a hot tub, sorry. Yep. And string lights. So the only thing I can really see, I don't have a fire pit outside. I have an electrical one inside, which is actually super cool. See, and I'm number 6 on this list. So my property did $107,000 pretty much just on Airbnb. I do direct bookings and I do VRBO. So that's my property. Let's see, I can compare it to this one. I love this listing too. Look at almost a perfect 5-star. This is why these are the top ranks, because they're getting a ton of reviews. That means great customer service. They're on top of it. They're getting, look right here, stayed with kids. So that's a good thing to know. Okay, let me see if I can find ways to add kid amenities. A group trip. Okay, good to know. And that was in July. This was in July again. Stayed with a pet. Okay, so maybe pet friendly might help me get more bookings. This was in June, 5 stars, stayed 5 nights. Okay, I average about 4 nights stay, stayed with kids. So it seems like kids at this house in this area and pets. Yeah, see, a lot of kids. So maybe I want to adjust my listing to advertise for kids a little bit better, right? You guys see what I'm doing? I'm kind of just diving in here. Good photos, looks clean, lots of color. I love the idea of lots of color. Even if it's not my flavor, it's still very cool because it tells a story, it pops. People are scrolling and they see the color and they did a whole theme with that color. Good for them. I love it. I think it's great. It's cool, super cool. I'm not a fan of that color, but it doesn't matter. They're getting booked. Super cool. I think it's a good idea to add some of these kind of things on here. Right? So big pool. Very cool. I'm sure it's heated. And see, they added one of these maps. Kind of like what I did. So that one's pretty cool. It's more of just a floor plan. My map has the actual furniture and stuff inside, but this is kind of like a 3D layout. Super cool. I can really see the golf. So that's another thing I just noticed. I don't have a putting green at that house or some kind of golf. Now to add something like that is extremely expensive. 20 grand probably, maybe more. So maybe I don't want to do that, but I don't see, they don't have a fire pit. They do have some games. These people probably can make more money if they added a fire pit, right? And these kind of things right here, super cool. Cornhole, good idea, right? Okay, so that gives you guys kind of a better idea. And then again, I'll go and I like to go in here and check out their listing. I like to read about it, see what's going on. I definitely like to dive into the reviews, see when they booked, see what other information I can learn from that. And that's my process. I wanted to show you one other of my listings. This property is doing better than almost all the other properties in this area. This is on the border of Scottsdale and Rio Verde, but it took us a long time to get this place up and going perfect. We started off with pretty low rates and then we kept increasing, and now we move our pricing up and down, just depends. But now this place is getting booked really well. You can see we almost are pretty close to a perfect 5-star and 20 reviews. You know, professional photos, same thing. This one, we did a lot of research when we were building out. So we knew bright, great photos. You can see how bright and beautiful all these photos are. We put Sonos speakers in. So I tried to do whatever I could to stand out and make sure I had all the amenities, right? So I'm going kind of fast here, but this will give you just an idea. You know, the backyard, fire pit, check. Hot tub, check. Heated pool, check. Putting green, check. Lounge chairs by the pool, check. You know, so like we have all that stuff. We added a bunch of games in here, and then we added a floor map. I also decided, I work with Well and Good Cleaning Service. They're the best. So we added that we have professional clean, laundry linens. So this kind of just builds more trust with my clients. So we added a game room. Okay, I looked at all the competitors. How could I stand out? Hopefully this is going to attract more kids. I love having families and kids. And then in the garage, you don't need the whole garage. So we added a ping pong table. Little things like this have really helped. A couple of drone images up above. And this place is booking like crazy. Also, you guys, go and check out this guy. He's awesome. I chat with him all the time. He has a great book that's out. Actually, he has 2 books now. So definitely check that out. Optimize My Airbnb. But go to his YouTube channel. I'll put the link in here. Scroll down here. And there's a whole video on Scottsdale also of him doing a deep dive and how he's analyzing properties. I would highly recommend you guys go and check that out as well. There's a ton of tips on there as well.
Okay, so if you're struggling and not getting any bookings or not enough bookings, hit me up. I'm gonna put my link below. We can set up a one-on-one Zoom. I will dive into your listing, help you re-optimize it, teach you everything that I know, and who knows, hopefully it will help you get a bunch of bookings. It definitely worked for me, helped a lot of other students that has been helping a lot. But keep in mind, we're at that level now, we're gonna have to step up our game. All hosts are just getting better and better and better. More amenities, more beautiful design, better furniture, better photos, an experience. So make sure you keep that all in mind. It's a lot of work. It's not set it and forget it. I love making these videos. I know it's been a little while. Sorry about that. If you like this, comment below. Let me know if I should do more series on this or another city or town you have questions with. I'm happy to jump into it. Maybe share your link down below. Yes, let's keep doing these videos. Thanks again for checking me out. John Hildebrand here. See you guys soon. Later.